Whenever you're ready.
Yep, I'm going to waive the Zoom reading of the Zoom meeting, but it is all available for us as normal. We're also having a small in session tonight, and trying to see if we can keep this going. There's plenty of room down here, so we're all very at least 6, maybe even 7 feet apart. So I'm going to call the meeting to order at 5:03. And I'm going to see if we can get a motion for the minutes from the previous meeting. To accept.
I don't know.
We should have one. We have the meeting before. Yes, we have one. We have one.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion from Dave, from you guys online, to accept the meeting, the minutes of the previous meeting.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We need a little more volume, please.
So Dave made a motion to accept the minutes of the previous meeting. That was then seconded by Pete.
All right, any discussion, comments on those? All right, motion.
Mike, which meeting minutes were those? What?
The Thursday prior to town meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, the town meeting. Remember we had that meeting? Okay. Do I need to do a roll call vote? Okay, roll call. 3, who's on there? Tom.
Aye.
Pete.
Aye.
Aaron.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Darren, did you get that?
Motion passed.
Yes, no, you got a congratulations on your first vote as a finance committee member.
I should have abstained because I don't have the meeting minutes in front of me, but I'm going to be a nice guy tonight.
All right, so we want to go over.
Yeah. So the agenda has listed transfer requests. We do not have any this evening, but I do want to let you all know that we will have one for the assessing assistance line item. If you remember, over the course of this past fiscal year, we've had a couple different ways we've handled that position. We started off with having it be part of our contract with the Regional Resource Group, RRG. That was then pulled out from that office and made into a regional position with the town of Hubbardston. The employee who was in that position did not work out and make it through their probationary period with either of the towns. So then the town hired that as is. So we are, due to the bills that we received from RRG while we were out for a posted position for that, they billed us for an extra person who they had covering the office for us at that time. Which was not in the budget, so the amount that will be due to that. The reason why we don't have the transfer here in front of us is Dan wanted to see what happens on the next expense warrant that'll be signed after the board meets on Monday, 2 weeks from today, so that they can see when they, how much that'll truly be. That way we're not making a big transfer and then a tiny transfer. It just all gets done at once. We have until July 31st to make all necessary transfers to close out the previous fiscal year. The fiscal year ends on July 1st, but we have until the 31st to clear our books and close them. So that is our grace period in that time. Any questions on that?
Nope.
All right. Then I just want to close out by saying it's been a pleasure to work with all of you over the past 2 years.
What happened? Congratulations. I think it's well deserved.
Thank you very much. So I'll be sworn in tomorrow to that position, and in which case the Board of Selectmen will be meeting at 5:30 this evening to talk about what will be going on with the town during that transition period. There are a couple plans there, but where they're meeting in executive session, I can't talk about those until they release that when we go out of executive session. But we will make sure that everything that needs to get taken care of gets taken care of. And I will be in contact with whomever becomes interim and or acting town administrator to make sure that any questions or things that are still lingering get answered. I have provided all of the members of the select board a detailed 4-page bullet point list of all the projects that I am currently working on, and what we've completed is in a separate list. That way they can see where exactly everything stands. And that list does include all of the articles that either I pulled before the warrant was set because I knew we wanted to have a shorter town meeting, or that the board and the finance committee recommended be pulled prior to town meeting. So there's a list of about 10 to 12 articles that are at the end of that list that were originally submitted for this past annual town meeting that I removed just to help keep things going because we were having the driving situation that we had. Not that Darren's crew didn't leave the microphones great at that meeting.
We got yelled at still, but we tried.
Hey, you did it. You did it. That's all that matters. But overall, yeah, thank you all very much for being a great group to work with. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
So, Michael, just a question. By your comments here, they're not going to put you on as interim, or you can't not be that person?
The board is meeting in executive session tonight to decide
What they want to do.
what they would like, where they'd like to see the town go in terms of this position.
Understood. Okay.
Mike, can you just confirm for me what board members are present with you? I didn't get everybody.
Oh, sorry, Tamika. I have Ian, Karen, and Dave.
Thank you.
While you're still here, and one of my questions is, what's going on with Dan, the town accountant?
Because of the transition that's happening in the town administrator position, Dan has agreed to stay on for another year to make sure that the town doesn't have to go through two large transitions at once.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome. So that is on my recommendation list. It's the public document, so that I can talk about. In the list of recommendations and projects that I've submitted to the select board, coming up with something like that so that Dan has a person in training that he can show how to use over the course of the next year. We have been approached by the town of Hubbardston, who is also looking for an accountant. Well, they have an accountant, but they're looking to change the way that they're operating. They're in 2 towns now. It looks like they're ending in 1 town and would like to pick up another town. And we pay our accountant less than what that is for that person. So that's an option that's there, but it's not one that the town has to go off of. But we should continue to look for someone to train before Dan leaves so that they can see what we're needing.
Awesome. The only thing that, other than that I have is that we need to reorganize the board.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure exactly. I take it we asked for a.
I make the nomination that Ian stay as chair.
I second.
For those of you who may not have heard that on the computer, Karen,
You heard me.
Karen made the nomination to elect Ian as the chair, again, seconded by Dave.
Excellent.
So now there'd be any discussion on that.
Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote. Tom?
Aye.
Pete?
Aye.
Darren?
Aye.
Dave? Aye. Karen? All right, we need a
Vice Chair.
vice chair.
Make a recommendation to Karen vice chair.
Second.
So that motion was made by Dave, seconded by Pete, for Karen to be the vice chair of the finance board.
Discussion?
Yeah, the only thing I would say is that I think she did a hell of a job at the town meeting, just fielding some of those questions.
Well, thank you, Pete.
All right. Tom?
Aye.
Pete?
Aye.
Darren?
Oh, I guess so.
Dave? Aye. Karen can't vote for herself, so.
And then clerk.
And then we need a clerk. Who do we have for clerk now?
Carol.
Carol.
The clerk is the one who's in charge of taking the minutes of the meeting if Tamika is unable to make it.
You don't want me, I won't be able to read.
Don't worry about it, do it.
Pete? Dave?
You can make one.
Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead. I'm nominating Dave as the clerk of the finance committee.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Karen, second by Pete for Dave as the clerk.
So I don't expect that I'm going to get invited to his house anytime soon.
Any other comments? Tom?
Aye.
Pete?
Aye.
Karen?
Aye.
Aye.
Karen, aye. Ian, aye. Okay,
All right, that's
motion
it.
passes. All right, is there any other business?
Can I just confirm, Carol is no longer a member of the board, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Just a point of interest. Randy has her laptop, and I'm gonna pick that up tonight and bring it over to Karen's to see if I can make it work, or would you rather have it uptown, Michael? Whatever you want, I'll make it happen.
That works just as fine there, Darren.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get it squared away and what's going on with it, and then we'll get back. Karen's pretty good at it with Tim, so we'll be all set.
Sounds good. I'm in the office tomorrow till 1 if you need any help.
Okay, perfect.
All right, take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, we have a motion. Tom?
Aye.
Pete?
Aye.
Karen?
Aye.
Karen?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
Motion passes. The meeting is adjourned.